Hello everyone, this is Dr. M. Prashanti, Assistant Professor of Chemistry from Convent Degree College for Women, Karimnagar. Today I am going to discuss about the part 3 of carboxylic acids and their derivatives. In the last parts, that is in the part 1, we have seen the introduction to carboxylic acids, classification of carboxylic acids, nomenclature of carboxylic acids and their derivatives also. In the nomenclature we have seen both the types, that is a common system of nomenclature and IUPAC system of nomenclature. And in the part 2 we have discussed about the preparation of carboxylic acids. And next physical properties we have seen, and in the physical properties the most important property, acidic strength of the carboxylic acids, we have discussed. The comparison of different acids, presence of electron withdrawing and electron donating groups as the substituents on the acids, and comparison between the aliphatic acids and aromatic acids. We have discussed all these points in the part 2. And now in this part 3 of carboxylic acids and derivatives, we will discuss about the chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Let us see what are those. Chemical properties, reactions involving hydrogen atom of carboxylic acid group. We know that carboxylic acid functional group is the general formula is R C double bond O OH. So let us see the involvement of this hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group in the reactions. The first reaction is reaction with active metals like magnesium, calcium, zinc, etc. See, carboxylic acids when react with the metals, hydrogen is liberated. Hydrogen is liberated and the place of the hydrogen is substituted by the metal. So, for example, if you take RCOOH, two molecules of RCOOH, when they react with the magnesium metal, this hydrogen is replaced by magnesium, that is RCOO taken 2 times magnesium is obtained, and hydrogen gas is liberated here. As magnesium is in +2 oxidation state, here we are taking 2 carboxylic acid molecules. Otherwise, one carboxylic acid molecule is enough for univalent or plus 1 cations. And here also we have the same example with calcium ion, the calcium metal, that is the calcium is also in the +2 state. Therefore, take 2 molecules of acetic acid. So, when calcium is reacted with the 2 molecules of acetic acid, calcium acetate is obtained, that is CH3COO taken 2 times calcium. See, this is hydrogen is wrongly printed here. The hydrogen is replaced by calcium metals and H2 gas is liberated. And next reaction is when the carboxylic acids react with the metal hydroxides or carbonates or bicarbonates, again metal carboxylates are obtained with the elimination of water, and if they react with carbonates and bicarbonates, CO2 is also liberated. Let us see some examples. CH3COOH. So, this is CH3COOH when reacted with the sodium hydroxide, H2O molecule is lost and sodium acetate is obtained, that is CH3COO Na, CH3COO minus Na plus, sodium acetate is obtained. When acetic acid is reacted with sodium carbonate, again here the metal present is sodium, therefore we get a sodium acetate again, and H2O plus CO2 is liberated here because we have taken the carbonate. And similarly, in case of metal carbonates also, the metal carboxylate is obtained and CO2 is liberated. This is a benzoic acid, C6H5COOH is benzoic acid. When this is treated with sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, sodium benzoate is obtained, that is its structure is benzene. COOH is actually benzoic acid. Here this benzoic acid when reacted with sodium bicarbonate, this H is replaced by sodium, that is sodium benzoate is obtained. In this way carboxylic acids when react with active metals or their hydroxides or carbonates or bicarbonates, the hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group is replaced by the corresponding metal. Next, reactions involving OH group of the acid, that is RC1 OH, reactions in which this OH group is involved. First example is anhydride formation. See, carboxylic acids, when they react with benzoyl or any acid halides, when they react with acid halides in the presence of pyridine or any tertiary bases, they give anhydrides. So here this HCl is lost and C6H5COO, CO C6H5 is obtained. That is benzoic anhydride, that is a phenyl C1O CO phenyl. And these acid anhydrides, they can also be formed when two carboxylic acids are heated in the presence of any dehydrating agents. That is for example, in the presence of phosphorus pentoxide, if the two carboxylic acids are heated, say for example here we have taken two molecules of acetic acid, okay. In this these two molecules, when heated in the presence of any dehydrating agent, they loses one water molecule and forms anhydrides CH3COO CO CH3. In this way acetic anhydride is obtained. Next, second reaction, acid halide formation. Carboxylic acids on reaction with the phosphorus trihalides or phosphorus pentahalides or sulfuryl halides, they gives rise to acid halides. That is this OH group is replaced by halogen atom. See, for example, here take acetic acid CH3COOH. When this is reacted with the phosphorus pentachloride, this OH group is replaced by Cl group. Okay, therefore we are getting acetyl chloride as the product and POCl3 and HCl are the other products. So carboxylic acids, when treated with phosphorus trihalides or phosphorus pentahalides or sulfuryl halides, they gives rise to acid halides. Next, third, ester formation. Carboxylic acids react with alcohols in the presence of mineral acids like concentrated H2SO4 or triHCl or anhydrous zinc chloride to form esters. This process of preparation of esters from carboxylic acids and alcohols is called as esterification. Okay, so see the general formula, RCOOH, this is carboxylic acid, ROH, this is alcohol. When they are when they react with each other, they gives rise to esters, R C double bond O R dash. This is the general formula of esters plus H2O. Say for example, this is acetic acid, CH3COOH is acetic acid. This acetic acid, when react with ethyl alcohol in the presence of the mineral acid, H2O molecule is lost and H2O is lost and CH3COO C2H5, CH3COO C2H5 is obtained. See here, ethyl alcohol is reacting with acetic acid. Acetic acid is CH3COOH. So ethyl group is or ethoxy group is substituted in acetic acid, that is in the place of OH of acetic acid, OC2H5 ethoxy group is substituted. Therefore, it is called as ethyl acetate. That is the name acetic acid is converted to ate sound, that is acetate. Ic acid is converted to ate sound in esters, and the alkyl group that is substituted is written as in the prefix, that is ethyl acetate. Okay. The above reaction is a reversible reaction. The forward reaction is known as esterification and the backward reaction is called as ester hydrolysis. For both the acid medium acts as catalyst. See, this is the reversible reaction and we will discuss about this ester hydrolysis in the acid derivatives, that is in the part 4. I will discuss about this ester hydrolysis very clearly. Next, the mechanism for the esterification. What happens? Let us see. The first step is protonation of carboxylic acid. See, this esterification is taking in the presence of the mineral acid. Therefore, we know that this oxygen atom is a highly electronegative atom. Therefore, it withdraws electrons towards itself from the carbon atom. Okay, and therefore it gets a minus charge, and this abstracts a proton towards itself. This H plus goes and attacks here. Next, again the shifting of the electrons from oxygen atom is again takes place in between oxygen and carbon atom, that is a protonated acid is formed in the first step. And in the second step, in the nucleophile, that is the alcohol having a lone pair of electrons on the oxygen atom attacks on the protonated acid carbon. Okay, see here this oxygen with electrons is going and attacking on the carbon atom. Okay, next the proton transfer takes place from this alcohol group to the OH group of carboxylic acid. See here. Next, in the fourth step, elimination of, see here, in the fourth step, the elimination of water takes place. See, with the elimination of water, we are getting, let's see here, RCOH2. This is RCOH2, OR, this is OH. And with the elimination of this water molecule and the elimination of proton that which we used in the first step is also eliminated here in this step, that is a proton. H plus is lost by giving electrons to the to form bond between carbon and oxygen atom. Therefore, we are getting RC double bond O here, and here H2O is lost. See, this is losing, it is losing by taking all the electrons, and that deficiency of electrons on the carbon atom is rectified by this hydrogen atom, which is eliminated as H plus. In this way, we are getting RC double bond O R dash as the product. Ester is formed as the product. Next, formation of amides. Amides are the compounds having general formula RC double bond O NH2. That is a OH group of carboxylic acid is replaced by NH2 group. See here, carboxylic acids on treatment with ammonia or amine, they form corresponding ammonium salt. First, when this carboxylic acid is treated with ammonia, first ammonium salt is formed, which on heating loses water molecule and gives rise to amide, gives rise to the amide. Suppose if you take the example of acetic acid, acetamide is obtained, and first ammonium acetate is obtained first, which on heating loses a H2O molecule and gives rise to acetamide. Next, reduction. Carboxylic acids generally on reduction they gives alcohols, and in the reduction mostly lithium aluminum hydride is widely used in the reduction as a reducing agent. See, catalytic reduction, acids can be reduced with hydrogen in the presence of palladium, platinum or nickel at 300 degrees centigrade and high pressures. Other reducing agents are lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. Example, the general formula of carboxylic acids, we know that RCOOH. See this RC double bond OH. This C double bond O group is reduced to RCH2OH. In this way, alcohols are obtained. So this is a mechanism for the reduction. See, R C double bond OH, that is this H plus of carboxylic acid is replaced with the metal ion, that is lithium, O minus, lithium plus, and we are getting AlH3 and H2 as the other products. Next, see here the carboxylate ion here. See, the carboxylate ion formed here, R C double bond O minus, lithium plus. The carboxylate ion here, it reacts with the aluminum hydride, and here the hydride ion addition takes place on this carbon atom. See, the hydrogen is added onto this carbon atom and oxygen is bonded to aluminum H2, that is a tetrahedral intermediate is obtained. And with the expelling of this lithium plus and O minus AlCH2, we are getting a ketone here. See, this bond, these electrons are shifted between this carbon atom and oxygen, and we are getting R C double bond O H. Ketone is obtained, which again reacts with the nucleophile, and again the addition of hydride ion takes place, that is one more hydrogen is added in the product. And this lithium alkoxide, here lithium carboxylate is reacting first, and now it came to lithium alkoxide. Again this lithium alkoxide reacts with aluminum hydride and forms the same intermediate, which on hydrolysis gives primary alcohols. In this way, carboxylic acids on reduction gives alcohols. Next, the important reactions are decarboxylation reactions. Loss of carbon dioxide molecule from a carboxylic acid or its salts is known as a decarboxylation. Decarboxylation means loss of carbon dioxide is called as a decarboxylation, and example is Hunsdiecker reaction. The first important reaction is Hunsdiecker reaction. In this way, the salts of carboxylic acids, higher carboxylic acids, are converted to halides. Therefore, and it is a decarboxylation reaction. Therefore, it is called as decarboxylative halogenation. That is, halogenation takes place and the decarboxylation takes place. Let us see what is this Hunsdiecker reaction. Heavy metal salts of carboxylic acids in CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride, when heated with bromine or iodine, gives an alkyl halide with one carbon less than the starting carboxylic acid. That is, that one carbon is lost in the form of CO2. In this reaction, CO2 is removed and halogen atom takes its position. Hence, this is a decarboxylative halogenation and is known as Hunsdiecker reaction. The general equation is RCOO minus Ag plus, that is heavy metal salts of carboxylic acids undergo this reaction. When reacted with bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, we are getting the product alkyl halides with the elimination of CO2. Let us see the mechanism. See, the first step is RCOO minus Ag plus. In the first step, this bromocarboxylate carboxylate ion is formed here. This is Ag plus is replaced by Br plus in this first step. So, RCOO Br plus Ag plus Br minus is obtained. This RCOO Br again undergoes cleavage and gives rise to carboxyl radical and Br radical. This carboxyl radical undergoes decarboxylation and CO2 is liberated and alkyl radical is obtained. This alkyl radical reacts with this bromine radical and forms alkyl bromide as the product. In this way, the decarboxylation occurs from the salts of carboxylic acid. Here we have an example, silver phenyl acetate. Silver phenyl acetate, when on reaction with this bromine in the presence of CCl4, giving rise to benzyl bromide with the release of CO2 carbon dioxide, and AgBr is formed as the precipitate. Next reaction is a Schmidt reaction. It is also a decarboxylation reaction, and in this amines are formed as the products, that is carboxylic acid is converted to primary amines. This reaction is useful for the conversion of carboxylic acid into amines directly. Carboxylic acids on reaction with the hydrozoic acid, that is N3H, they produce acyl azides as intermediates. These on rearrangement in acidic medium produce primary amines. In this also we get amines with the one carbon atom less than the parent carboxylic acid, because with the elimination of CO2. General equation is RCOOH. This is our carboxylic acid. When reacted with hydrozoic acid in the presence of H2SO4, they are giving rise to amines RNH2, and in the process the other products are N2 and H2O. Let us see the mechanism. First, formation of acid azides. See what happens. First, RCOOH carboxylic acid first reacts with the hydrozoic acid. One H2O molecule is lost and acid azide is formed, that is RCO N minus N plus triple bond N. Acid azide is obtained. Okay. Next, rearrangement of this R group, alkyl group, to form alkyl isocyanate. See, here the rearrangement takes place. See, the electrons on this are shifted to between this carbon and nitrogen atom, and this nitrogen atom along with the electrons is liberating as a nitrogen gas, and to rectify this alkyl group is shifted to the nitrogen atom, that is rearrangement of the R minus ion takes place. Therefore, alkyl isocyanate is obtained, R N double bond C double bond O. Next, hydrolysis of this alkyl isocyanate gives rise to primary amine. The hydrolysis of alkyl cyanide gives primary amine. Example here is a propanoic acid, that is 1, 2, 3 carbons. We have propanoic acid on reaction with the hydrozoic acid in the presence of H2SO4, giving rise to ethyl amine. See, here we have 3 carbons in the reactant molecule, but in the product we have only 2 carbons, that one carbon is lost in the form of CO2 molecule. So, as the propanoic acid on Schmidt reaction is giving rise to ethylamine as the product. So, in Schmidt reaction, carboxylic acids are converted to primary amines. Next, Arndt Istad synthesis. In this reaction, acid is converted to acid chloride by reacting with thionyl chloride. The acid chloride is then treated with the excess of diazomethane to produce diazoketone. This diazoketone on treatment with the silver oxide gives a ketene. Ketenes are easily hydrolyzed to produce acid. The overall reaction can be understood as the insertion of a methyl group between R and COOH groups. That is, so RCH2COOH is formed from RCOOH. See, in this reaction, the carboxylic acid is converted to higher carboxylic acid, or with one carbon atom extra than the reactant carboxylic acid. See, in the previous examples like Schmidt reaction and Hunsdiecker reaction, we are getting the product with a less number of carbon atom than the reactant molecule, reactant carboxylic acid. That is, that carbon atom is lost in the form of CO2. But in this reaction, one more additional carbon atom is added through in the process of the reaction. Hence, this reaction is useful for the preparation of next higher homologue of an acid. This is also called as ascending the series. Let us see the examples. See here, RCOOH is converted to RCH2COOH, means in the process, during the mechanism, CH2 group is introduced in between the R group and COOH group. See, let us see what is happening. See, first the acid is converted to acid chloride by reacting with the sulfuryl chloride. So, this OH group is replaced by Cl group. We have also seen this reaction in our chemical properties also under the heading the preparation of acid halides. So, we are getting acetyl chloride as the product. This acetyl chloride on reaction with the diazomethane, that is CH2N2, on reaction with the diazomethane, diazoketone is obtained. So, when reacted with the diazomethane, one HCl is lost here and CH is bonded to this carbon atom. So, CH3CO CH minus N plus triple bond N, diazoketone is obtained here. Diazoketone, and this diazoketone on heating with this with the silver oxide, diazoketone on heating with the silver oxide gives rise to ketene, and this ketene on hydrolysis gives CH3 CH2 COOH. So, ketenes, they easily undergo hydrolysis and gives rise to the acids. See here, the CH2 group is introduced from the diazomethane compound. So, acid chloride on reaction with the diazomethane, the extra carbon atom is added into the this carboxylic acid molecule. So, in this way the carboxylic acids are converted to higher carboxylic acids, one with one carbon atom extra from the starting material. And see, this heating of diazoketone with silver oxide to form ketene is known as a valve rearrangement, Okay, this is about Arndt-Weierstrass reaction. Next, see here, the total mechanism is given here once again. See, conversion of first carboxylic acid is converted to acid chloride. See here, HCl is lost, acid chloride is obtained. This acid chloride on reaction with the diazomethane is producing diazoketone. Okay, diazoketone is produced. This diazoketone on heating with silver oxide rearranges to ketene, okay, which on hydrolysis is giving acid. Next, Hell-Wohlhardt-Zielinski reaction, that is HVZ reaction. See, and this is the conversion of aliphatic acids into alpha haloacids with the halogen in the presence of red phosphorus is known as Hell-Wohlhardt-Zielinski reaction. That is, aliphatic acids, that is acids having alpha hydrogen atoms, when they are treated with the halogens in the presence of red phosphorus, the hydrogen atom present on the alpha position is replaced by the halogen atom. See here, if you take this example RCH2COOH, see, the carbon atom present adjacent to the functional group is called as alpha position, we know that, and the hydrogens present on that alpha carbon are alpha hydrogens, and alpha hydrogens having carboxylic acids on reaction with the halogens in the presence of red phosphorus gives rise to alpha halo carboxylic acids or alpha halo acids. Let us see the example. See, in the step 1, that is this acetic acid, here we have taken the example of acetic acid. The reaction of red phosphorus actually with the this bromine results in the formation of the phosphorus tribromide. Actually red phosphorus plus bromine gives phosphorus tribromide is obtained first, and we know that carboxylic acids on reaction with phosphorus trihalides or phosphorus pentahalides, they are converted to acid halides, that we know, we have seen in the previous chemical properties. So acetic acid on reaction with the bromine in the presence of red phosphorus gives rise to acetyl bromide. Acetyl bromide is obtained. This undergoes enolization and then enol form is obtained, that is a CH2 double bond COH Br. This is a double bond is present, that is ene is present, and we have a ol functional group here. So this acetyl bromide undergoes enolization and gives rise to enol. Again halogenation takes place on the enol form of this acid halide. So this enol of acid halide undergoes again halogenation, that is again it is treated with bromine and forms 2-bromoacetyl bromide. 2-bromoacetyl bromide is obtained, that is here one this bromide group is attached to this carbon atom. See, this is the electrons are shifted onto this carbon atom, therefore it is getting a minus charge, and Br plus from this bromine molecule comes and attacks here. So we are getting CH2 Br here. Okay, and this H is lost, H plus is lost with the Br minus of bromine molecule, and H is releasing electrons to the oxygen atom to form a bond between the carbon and oxygen atom here in this way, and it is liberated as H plus and forms a bond with Br minus, and HBr is liberated. Okay, HBr is released here. So we are getting CH2Br and C double bond O Br, 2-bromoacetyl bromide is obtained. And this 2-bromoacetyl bromide, this again reacts with another carboxylic acid, so that the bromide and OH groups are interchanged and results in the formation of bromoacetic acid and acetyl bromide is obtained. Our product is bromoacetic acid is obtained in this way. So in this way, by using Hell-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction, alpha halo carboxylic acids are converted to alpha halo acids. Sorry, alpha carboxylic acids having alpha hydrogen atoms are converted to alpha halo carboxylic acids. That is, alpha hydrogen is replaced by halogen atom. Next, see, if the alpha position is having more number of hydrogen atoms, all the hydrogen atoms can be replaced by the halogen atoms. See here, acetic acid, we have on the alpha position we have 3 hydrogen atoms are present. Therefore, when treated with the chlorine, for example, in the presence of phosphorus, 1 hydrogen is replaced by 1 chlorine, that is alpha chloroacetic acid is obtained. If this is again treated with the elimination of 1 HCl, if it is again treated with the chlorine in the presence of phosphorus, again 1 HCl is lost and 2 chlorine atoms are substituted in the place of 2 hydrogen atoms. So dichloroacetic acid is obtained, and we have one more hydrogen atom, alpha hydrogen atom, on the carboxylic acid. Therefore, again it undergoes reaction with the chlorine molecule in the presence of red phosphorus, and again 1 HCl is lost, that is H from here, Cl from here is lost, and the Cl is substituted onto the carbon atom. So we are getting 3 chloro groups are substituted here, and we are getting trichloroacetic acid as the product. So in this way, the 3 alpha hydrogens of acetic acid are converted to 3 chloro groups, and we are getting trichloroacetic acid as the product by using the reaction HVZ reaction or Hell-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction. Next, With this, I conclude today's session of chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids. In this part 3 of carboxylic acids, we have discussed about only about the chemical properties of carboxylic acids. We have discussed about the reactions involving the hydrogen atom of carboxyl functional group, and we have also seen the reactions of OH group of the carboxyl functional group, and we have seen some special properties of carboxylic acids which are Hunziker reaction, Schmidt reaction, and Arndt-Weisstedt reaction and HVZ reaction. These reactions are very important reactions and very important for the final examination point of view. And in HVZ reaction, the carboxylic acids having alpha hydrogens are converted to alpha halo products. And in Hunziker reaction, we have seen that it is a decarboxylation reaction and at the same time it is a halogenation reaction. Hunziker reaction, in this the carboxylic acids, the salts of higher carboxylic acids are converted to alkyl halides. And in the Schmidt reaction, this is called as a decarboxylative amination. Here decarboxylation takes place and at the same time amination is also taking place, therefore called as a decarboxylative amination. In this reaction, the carboxylic acids are directly converted to primary amines. And in Arndt-Weisstedt reaction, the carboxylic acids, higher carboxylic acids are prepared from its lower carboxylic acid, that is one more carbon atom is included during the reaction mechanism in Arndt-Weisstedt reaction. All these reactions are very important for the final examination point of view. With this, I conclude today's session, and in the next session, in the part 4, we will discuss about the carboxylic acid derivatives. Thank you.